they say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
So, and I think you see
Correct.
more of that in these communities
I agree.
than a lot of places.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandi Winton. Welcome to Mills County Routes. I'm here with Carlene Hall today. She is actually the person who is normally in my chair, but we're going to do a little role reversal here, and I'm going to interview Carlene. Thank you, Carlene, for sitting for this. I think this will be kind of fun.
Thank you. Thank you for suggesting
Sure.
it. I hadn't thought about turning the tables, so
Well, I just think it's exciting because this is such a needed thing for Mills County to highlight everything in Mills County, and you do such a great job with that, and you do such a great job with your interviews. And every time I watch an interview, I just think, how does she do that? Where does she get this idea? How do you find out, what to ask people? And just the whole idea around Mills County Routes, and it's fascinating to me. So I thought it'd be fun to interview you and get all this information firsthand.
Thank you.
You want to tell me a little bit about yourself and your path that got you here to Mills County Routes?
Yeah, okay. I am originally a Missouri girl.
As am I.
Yes, so we have that in common.
Yeah.
I love Missouri, but I live in Iowa. I love Iowa, and I have chosen Iowa multiple times in my life. This is where I choose to be. I love it. I love being in Mills County too. So the way I got here was I was going to college in Tarkio, Missouri, and I met someone from Tabor, and that's what brought me here to begin with. After I got here, what brought me to this particular thing that I'm doing now with Mills County Roots, I say roots because we kind of play on that double entendre, and it's spelled routes. So anyway, so I had a career in media for a long time. I started at an advertising agency, and there was such a salary cap. The advertising agencies hire a lot of new college graduates, and they kind of get them going in the marketing field, and the salary's not very high. So I needed to make more money because I had a family, and so I jumped ship and went to work at 61 Country Radio.
Yes.
And I went for 100% commission, and I had a little draw for 3 months, and the draw was there for 6 months, but I was off in 3. I loved it. I found out that I loved sales, and I loved talking to people, and
Which you do very well.
thank you. I never really had an idea of being on the air at that time. I was just going, I thought I would write commercial jingles, and realized, nope, I don't have time. I can use my creativity to write songs. And so I did that. And anyway, so I worked there for a while, and then ended up moving up here. I went to work for KMA when I first moved here in 2006.
Everybody knows KMA.
Yes, and loved it, absolutely loved it. Some life circumstances made me take some turns and some changes. I was very fortunate to experience a lot of different business sectors. I worked for Craig Marshall at Crawford Marshall Funeral Home for several years, and I did everything there. I went on removals. I helped him dress people. I did the paperwork. I worked the visitations.
You just kind of just was a Jill of all trades.
I
there.
washed the cars. I mowed the grass. I vacuumed the floors. Yes, it was, and that's the kind of employee I like to be. I always say I could be an executive behind a desk, but I'm still going to be the person that sweeps the floor if it needs to be swept.
Yeah.
So, anyway,
Good character.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Anyway, so. That's just one of the side roads in this career of media. I went to work for KGBI radio, Christian radio station, and KCRO in Omaha. I was there for a while, and life circumstances caused me to make some changes. I went to work for, I did marketing for Angels Home Healthcare for a while. And
Because you have a degree in marketing,
I
right?
didn't then.
Oh, you didn't
I
then?
didn't then, yeah.
Okay.
So all this happened before my degree in
Gotcha.
marketing. And anyway, then I went through, that's when I changed and I went to work as a veteran service officer in Fremont County.
Okay.
That was in 2014 and I was there till 2019.
And when were you an EMT in Fremont County?
I was an EMT in Fremont County when I first lived here. That would have been in the late 80s, the late 80s and the
Okay.
early 90s.
Okay.
That
So
and
you have a service background as well.
yes.
I mean, between the veterans and your
yeah.
EMT and yeah.
Yeah. I love the opportunity to help people like you and to help people in circumstances of need and different things. Anyway, then let's see, where am I? So many changes, so many different things. Oh, I left that job in 2019. A veteran stepped up. That job's designed for a veteran. I'm not a veteran. And when a veteran stepped up to take that job, I bowed out. But I will say, I had some pretty serious burnout from I went to work every day with a sword in my hand, fighting the good fight for the veterans.
Right.
I couldn't leave it at work. I thought about it 24/7. I'd wake up.
Sure, it wears on the heart.
It does. So anyway, when I left there, I went on the road to play music. I had booked myself from here to California.
Oh my goodness.
And from here back, and I grabbed my guitar, my dog, and my cat, put it in my little 1957 Can-Ham camper, and off we went on an
That's
adventure.
exciting. And what kind of music are we talking?
I do singer-songwriter stuff. I write songs. I do other people's songs. I grew up on country music. And anyway, and in that journey, when I wasn't booked, I would stop at nursing homes. And I would just stop in the middle of the day and say, hey, can I come in and play?
Oh,
and
how awesome is
they
that?
loved it. And when I got down to Oklahoma and Texas, people would just literally get up and dance. They
That's
would get up and
amazing.
dance.
And I know the people in the nursing homes appreciated that so much.
Loved it. You know, that's some of my favorite musical experience, because if you sing an old hymn and people can be over medicated and completely disconnected, and you sing an old hymn and they raise their head up and sing every word.
Absolutely. And you know what? Music also brings back memories of things. Trisha Yearwood's, one of my favorite songs of hers is The Song That Remembers When.
Oh, yes.
Because when a song comes on the radio, no matter how long ago it was, it takes you back to that moment.
It does. You give me
So-
goosebumps up and down my back talking about this.
I know that was so special for the people in the nursing home.
I loved it. It was special for me. It's special to be able to give that gift to people. But that was great, and never was I turned down.
Oh,
Never.
I'm sure not.
I went to a place. I was in the hill country in Texas, and I took a wrong turn somehow. But a quarter mile down the road was a rehab and nursing care center, and I went in and asked, and sure enough, they let me go in the back, and I played for the memory care unit, and I had the best conversations.
See, it wasn't a wrong turn. God
It
wanted
wasn't.
you to go there.
It was a God thing. It was a God thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went back into the memory care unit and I played there, and we talked, and I'd play a song, we'd talk about what they thought about, and it was beautiful. And then I went out front, and it was rehab area intermingling. There was a young man in a wheelchair. And I could see when I was playing, he didn't have use of this arm, but this one, he was forming guitar chords in his hand. And I looked at him and I said, he was nonverbal. And I said, do you play guitar? And he shook his head, yes.
Oh my goodness.
I took my guitar over and I put it in his lap, and I got behind him and I said, you play chords and I'll play rhythm. And he played chords and I played rhythm.
Ah, talk
Anyway,
about goosebumps.
the
See,
nurse
that
picked
made his whole.
the nurse picked up my phone and took a video of it.
Uh-huh.
And so that connected he and I, and we text each other for quite a while after that. And he told me how much it meant to him to
Oh, I
have the
bet.
vibration of the guitar. He was a musician in a band, and he was a rodeo cowboy, and he had been in a car accident. He was a young man in his 30s and
Yeah.
had 2 little girls and a
Oh,
wife, and
goodness.
it was just so much for a wrong turn, right?
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was not a wrong
so
turn. That was,
Robert, his name was Robert, and that was just so amazing because it was not just the gift of music, but for him, it was the gift of that's the first time he told me he had held a guitar since his accident, and it
wow.
was just the right combination at
Oh,
the
yeah.
right time.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so
Incredible.
that's what I did after. But then I came home, and my last gig was at Bodega Winery.
Oh,
It was
yes.
late February, and I got so sick I couldn't lift my head up off of
Oh,
the
my.
couch. I called the doctor. I said, "Please send me a Z-Pack and a steroid." And they said, "We can't. We can't." They said, "It's there's a virus going around. We don't know what it is." And I had a low-grade fever for 3 months. In the meantime, in March, when everything got shut down, March 6th, everything was shut down. I was already sick. And then March 16th, they said, okay, it was COVID-19,
Okay.
and that continued. Well, I finally got better. And this is my COVID story, how I know it was a real thing. When the vaccine came out, I took the vaccine. I got the very same symptoms. I was so mad. I was so mad that I took that vaccine, but I can tell you that I was over it in 3 days. It was the same thing, but instead of having it for
Wow.
3 months, I had
Right.
it for 3 days.
Yeah.
I took the booster, and here's where the story goes off the trail. I got COVID 2 more times. I took that shot in November, I took the booster in April, and I got COVID in June of that same year. And I know the strains were mutating, but I was mad again. I was in Florida with my oldest daughter, and we were going to Disney World, and I had to get in my car and drive home because we were in a little condo there, and she had a friend and her mother who was older than me, and I thought I gotta go. So I drove home. But
So tell me how you got the idea for Mills County Routes.
well, this is really amazing. I was working for a radio station, and as a result of working for the radio station, I met Todd Studer, who was already doing Lus Hills Media. He was doing local routes, and in Council Bluffs. And when I decided to leave my previous position, I went and talked to him, and he said, "Come over here with us." And Kyle Ranney, who is runs Tell Slate Agency, was there as well. So we've got a combination of these podcast businesses and an advertising agency under one roof. So this is really this hyper local media was Todd Studer's idea, and what an awesome idea!
What a great idea.
He had been doing it for 15 months before I came along, and then he said, "What would you think about doing Mills County Roots?" I said, "I'm ready.
there for
Let's
it."
do it."
Yeah.
And it's just taken off. I
has.
mean, we started the end of January, and we've already amassed over 70,000 views
That's amazing.
in that 5 week.
And you are able to sell advertising for businesses and all at the bottom of every podcast,
the
right?
scroll
So-
it scrolls across the
Yeah.
bottom,
And do you
they're
have
10
space for
second.
more?
I do,
Okay.
and people are loving this. They're loving the conversational
Yes.
side of it. They're
All
loving.
we need is coffee.
Yes, they're loving the figuring out how people are connected to Mills County, what Mills County means to them. It's awesome to be able to tell the Mills County story. And I think this idea got much bigger than Todd expected it to even get,
It may have.
But
That's a pretty good
it's
idea.
really, it's a really great idea. And I'm starting from scratch. So I'm excited about what I'm doing, but again, I jumped out of a salary into a 100% commission job,
Yeah.
but I love that. I love the challenge of it.
I think it's so much fun that you highlight the people of Mills County.
Yes.
Because that's what you're doing.
Yes.
It's the people, no matter whether it's business owners or just people off the street.
Yeah.
They are the people of Mills County. It is the heartbeat of Mills County.
Yes.
And so you're highlighting them and
I love
showing
that.
what makes Mills County special.
Right. I love that. And it is the people, it's the relationships. And at the end of the day, the brick and mortar is just a backdrop for what the people are really doing.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
And we sustain our human relationships and our humanity with our commerce. We sustain that with, and we sustain the quality of life with the businesses and services that are offered in the county. But at the end of the day, it's the people who are doing it, and understanding the reasons that people do what they do
Yep.
is and it goes right back to the heart of
It does.
where we are and what we're doing, because people are doing this because they love other people. They enjoy being with other people, serving other people. And when you start a business or you're in business, obviously you're there to make money. That capitalism makes the world go round.
Right.
But at the same time, they say if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and I think you see
correct.
more of that in these communities.
I agree.
Than a lot of places, because the people are here because they want to be here. They're serving their neighbors, their friends, their family.
Yep.
And
They're fulfilling their dream of running the business that they want.
and the organizations like the MABA, Malvern Area Betterment Association, they are always brainstorming, looking at what else do we need to bring into the community to keep putting the pieces of the puzzle together to improve the quality of life and improve the infrastructure and improve the tax base, and how do we bring more people to town, and the things that they are doing here, the preschool that they took the old nursing home and
That's
turned
amazing.
it into an early child development.
That was a lot of work and a lot of heart put into that.
Yes, and the willingness of the Mills County people to come along and support the bonds to improve the school system, and because we need to keep that age group of people coming into the communities and keeping the communities viable
We
and
need the young
thriving.
people, for sure.
Yeah, so I love that. I love being able to tell that story. And
So, which brings me to another question. How do you find or select the people that you do interview?
gosh, well, I've been here for about 20 years, so I've kind of, and I've been involved in the community to some degree in all of that time. So I know a lot of different people. I kind of try to keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on. And I live in Malvern, and I love it here, and I love the progress, and I am astonished at the changes that have taken place since I moved in town 10 years ago, and the changes that have taken place in this
I
town in
agree.
10 years.
I lived here in 2003, and it's a completely different town.
It is.
mean,
And you know what? It takes a lot of people working on common goals
Yep.
and collaborating with different
For the good.
ideas for the good to keep something like the momentum
Yes.
going, because it has maintained momentum for 10 years that I've seen, and all the groundwork was laid years before that, because MABA has been active for a lot of years.
time.
So I was telling you that I went back to get my degree later.
Yeah.
I went to Bellevue University, and I worked on a research project about economic development in small towns
Okay.
and what makes it work. And so my research question had I wish I could remember exactly the verbiage of my research question, but basically, is it the older people that are making the small towns grow, or is it the younger people, and which is better? Well, after much research, we looked at that and found that the older generation had so much experience and so much value and so much knowledge about the history and the growth and the periods of time where there was no growth,
Right.
and the red tape that they had gone through to make the little jumps that they had. Well, that was just as important as anything.
Sure.
And then the younger people who want to come back and enjoy this lifestyle, who, because they call it brain drain, I think.
Right.
So the people go away and they want to live somewhere else. Well, when they start having families, they want to come back. They want that small town,
Yeah.
homegrown lifestyle.
The
When those,
safety and everything.
yes, and those kids have gone on and educated themselves and experienced life and been involved in business and growth in other places, and they bring that knowledge back and that energy and that youth and that desire to build homes and lives and communities for their children to grow up in. Combining all of that information and all of those efforts was what makes it work. We looked at Manning, Iowa. We looked at the Hometown Pride Project through Keep Iowa Beautiful.
Yep.
And we looked at the different sister cities that were our lights have gone down.
Yes,
so.
they have.
But that's okay. We used them up. That's okay. But anyway, so that was a very interesting project, and I love the way the nostalgia comes together with the forward movement in small towns.
So tell me, what other podcasts do you work on? I think you have maybe another one?
Yes, and yes. I'm so proud to be working with Darlene McMartin, who is the Veteran Services Director of Potawatomi County for 28 years. We have a podcast called Still Serving Iowa Veterans, and that is a weekly podcast that's released every Friday. We want to put out information and resources to veterans across the state of Iowa. And we are getting support from the Iowa Department of Veterans Affairs. We've been congratulated and thanked by the regional director of the VA, and also there's a new PR person at the VA, and we are going to go back and try to figure out how the information that we put out can be expanded through those organizations.
Where can people find this podcast?
Facebook. Yep. This one, Mills County Roots, obviously on Facebook, and Still Serving Iowa Veterans on Facebook, and both are also on YouTube.
Okay.
There are other platforms that are involved too, and there will be more information coming out about that. But I think one of those is Spotify.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's wonderful. I mean, your heart for bringing everyday people into the spotlight is, I mean, it's amazing. Talent. You have a great talent.
Thank you. I love being able to highlight what people are doing because, sometimes when you own a business, no day is the same, but sometimes, I think Jitsi was talking to me yesterday, sometimes you feel like you're on an island. Sometimes you, especially in a small town, maybe you're busy, maybe you're not busy. I think it's wonderful to be able to bring those people to the forefront because they're heroes.
Right.
They really are. Each one of them is heroic in their own way.
Yes.
And the commitment and the fortitude to stay at it on the good days and on the bad days, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that I love about this platform is the fact that so many people are watching, that it is a place for very affordable advertising for businesses.
Right.
And, bringing people in and out of the communities throughout Mills County and other communities, supporting other communities.
And it's great that if you can't watch it the second that it comes out, you can always tune in later.
Exactly. Exactly. It's not appointment. It's not appointment based.
Yeah.
You can watch it in the middle of the night.
Right.
You can watch half of it in the morning and half of it in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's perfect for everybody's busy lives in today's world.
Yeah. So just a genius idea by Todd
absolutely.
Studer. Yeah.
So if somebody would like to be interviewed,
yes,
how would they reach you, or can they just message you and say, "Hey, I would love to be interviewed"?
They can message me, and I will put my phone number out there.
Okay.
It's 712 314-0029. And you can email me at Carlene at localstreammedia.com.
Okay, and Carlene is C-A-R.
Carlene.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And also, how I got in touch with Carlene was I went to her Facebook page and just hit the message button.
Yes.
And messaged. So.
Yeah, you can do that too. That's exactly right. There's Mills County Roots, still serving Iowa veterans. You can find me personally, Carlene Hall. There's a Carlene Hall Music and a Carlene's Garden.
And
there's all kinds of Facebook pages.
I think it's great that we have this podcast, this service for Mills County, and you live right here in Malvern. You are one of the people. You are Malvern.
I love it. I love Malvern. Yeah. I was drawn to Malvern when I was moving. I decided to move to town. Life circumstances change, and you make choice. So I chose Malvern.
Yeah. Malvern is Iowa's hallmark.
It really is. Yes.
It is the hallmark movie set of Iowa.
Yes. Yes. And I think the other towns in Mills County can be as well.
Absolutely. And they're working hard. They are working so hard. Silver City is working on projects, and I know Hastings, they're working on projects, Emerson.
Yeah.
So, it's exciting in today's world right now.
It is. It takes a lot of volunteers.
It does.
In that too. And I think that is important to say, that if you have the good fortune to be in a small community, don't isolate yourself.
No.
Be a Sandi Winton. Get out and knock on the doors of the businesses and
jump out and volunteer.
Introduce yourself, volunteer, serve on committees.
I'd love to make volunteering cool again.
Yes. Volunteering is cool because I've been on both sides of it. I've been at home by necessity with small children and not able to volunteer as much as I wanted to. And as time goes on, I have more time, so I volunteer more. But it is fulfilling.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling.
It is fulfilling, and it makes you a part of what's going on more than just living where something's going on.
You have skin in the game, and more importantly, you understand why things happen. A lot of times I will see on Facebook, on Fuzz and other social media sites, different complaints about this or that, but they don't know the underlying story.
Right.
And if you're volunteering, you're really into whatever is happening, you kind of know why something happened.
Right.
What the background is.
Right.
So it helps.
Be in the know.
Yeah.
Be in the know and
be in the know. That's a great slogan.
Yeah.
Be in the know.
As long as we're having this conversation, Sandi, I want to talk about how important civic responsibility is in communities, both volunteering and knowing what's going on in city government, county government. Educate yourself and vote, because it makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
It makes a difference all the way to the top.
Yep.
This
is where you can make a difference.
It is local. It is.
That's where the difference happens.
Yes. Just like when you donate to food pantries, do it in your hometown.
That's right.
Do it in your hometown.
Yep.
If your hometown has a recycling project, recycle in your hometown.
Or paint a mural like Silver City did.
Yes.
They did the mural on the side, and they had, I don't know how many people came in and painted sections of it.
That's awesome.
I mean, it was a community came together to beautify their town. It was perfect.
Malvern has so many. That's why Malvern is so progressive, because there are so many people that are involved.
I know Malvern has done it with their alley back here. The art alley.
Yes.
Yes, they did that.
Yeah. So it's wonderful. It is beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Carlene, thank you. I really wanted to interview you so that people could know how this all came about. I mean, like I said, every time I watch one, I'm just like, how did she get this going? So now we know the rest of the story.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you,
Sandy.
Thank you for going along with this.
Yeah. It's exciting. Thank you. This is fun, turning the tables.
Well, Carlene, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for joining us again on Mills County Roots.